Alright guys, so this is my first video that basically is just going to give us a baseline. This is hopefully going to give a good idea of where I'm starting from, so that we can measure my progress as this goes on. So I'm just warming up for some squats here. I've basically decided that my main focus at this time is to improve my squat and my deadlift. I really think that my lower body and my back need strength and needs some development before I can progress physically. So warming up with the bar, focusing on depth, which not doing the best job, but that is because I don't know if it's easy to tell for you guys, but looking at it, I know that I have a weak lower back, and that's been apparent to me. The more that I train, the more reps I do, and then the weaker and the more discomfort I feel in my lower back and in my hips. And so previously I've had experience trying to be consistent in the gym, trying to lift and all these things, and I would shy away from the discomfort and from the pain, and I would think that if I'm sore for any reason, that something must be wrong, or that I don't know what I'm doing. I've come to think I'm coming to this realization that if a muscle is weak and that muscle is targeted, that the obvious consequence of that is that you'll feel discomfort and feel pain. And so there's obviously good pain and bad pain, and you should be able to know the difference. Your body will let you know. But me feeling pain after doing squats and after doing deadlifts, especially in the areas where I know I'm weak, is just an indication that I'm literally targeting the area that needs it the most. And a muscle that's weak is a muscle that will tighten up, and a muscle that will cry out. That'll start to whine. And so starting out, there's going to be a lot of growing pains. There's going to be discomfort, and all you have to know is how to treat it. So one thing I've been doing is I've actually avoided stretching my muscles after I feel discomfort or feel pain, and I'll explain the reason why. So at least in my mind, this is just a theory, and it may or may not be true, but when a muscle is weak, the muscle tightens, right? And the tighter a muscle gets, the less likely it is to become injured. And that's why you see things like muscle spasms, or where the muscle starts to contract in order to preserve its integrity. Just like a rubber band, the tighter a rubber band is, the less it wants to stretch. And I view, like, the way I see our muscles and the way our whole system is set up is a system of pulleys of rubber bands that are wrapped around our structure, are wrapped around our skeleton. And when the muscles contract and pull and tighten, it gives us the leverage to move our limbs around. So anyway, when you feel that you have a weak muscle, what is going to make your muscle stronger? What is going to make your muscle heal? Or what is going to make it feel better? And I think the answer is that there needs to be an increased flow of blood to that muscle, because blood provides the nutrients that will help it to rebuild itself. So taking a rest day or stretching the muscle, I don't see that as the most efficient way to do that, to get the blood to the muscle. What I do see is that if you perform that same movement, whatever made you sore in the first place, you continue to perform that movement, but you decrease the load, you decrease the weight, and you keep the volume similar. You do like several reps and sets, but you keep the intensity low. What it should do is it should pump enough blood to your muscles to the point where, well, they'll be satisfied. So basically, when your muscles are sore and when you feel that discomfort, it could totally just be a signal to you that you need to feed it. You need to give it what it needs. It's crying like a baby for milk. It needs nutrients that will help it to heal. And so nothing is wrong if you're just feeling some discomfort and pain. You just have to recognize what it is. If it feels wrong, then it is wrong. But if it just feels uncomfortable, then that means that you're just in a growing phase. So it's pretty apparent to me that my deadlift form is a lot better than my squat form. And one thing I've noticed with my squat form is that I seem to be squatting a lot with my knees, and I have limited hip mobility. So I do think I am more flexible than normal people. Like, at least other friends that I have, other guys that are inflexible, I seem to be more flexible than them. But my hips still struggle to move in and out of that hole when you get to the bottom of the squat and you have to explode up to the top. um, I'm driving with my knees, and I think that if my back were to be stronger and my hips were to be tighter and stronger, that I'd be able to perform that part of the movement more efficiently. But well, anyway, I think it shows with my deadlift, that I'm able to push off the ground pretty easily, and then I finish off the movement by contracting my back and pulling the weight up and through. I think normally when if the bar seems to be getting stuck towards the ground is when you can conclude that you have, I guess, like poor leg development. Your legs are not as strong as they need to be. If the bar kind of slows down on the way up and gets stuck towards the top, then you can conclude that your back is probably the problem. So it seems like the bar's coming off the ground pretty well. Here's my heavy set that I did today, and not as heavy as I could do, but enough just to, I'm getting back into the groove of things. Up until this day, actually, I haven't really been lifting for the past couple weeks. I knew that I would be here. I just moved to this new place. So this is where my family lives right now, and I was living on my own. I just barely got back, and I'm recording this in their garage, in my family's garage. So anyway, in the time that I've been preparing to come here, I decided to take a break because I wanted to get a more realistic baseline of where I was at. So I let my body kind of go for 2 weeks, and now I'm getting ready to gear up again. And I want to see if I can notice any results. So, yep, that's it.